Hello everyone, my name is Marcus Lively. Today we're going to cover the CI triangle. A little about me. I have been in the Navy for 3 years. I work over at Lago Patria Satcom over at the JFC base, and I am the N9 Assistant IA Manager. The overview. Information assurance and security is very important for individuals and the organization. CIA confidentiality, integrity, and availability is a great way to ensure your data and your organization is protected. With proper practices, you can protect your personal identifiable information, also known as PII, and your passwords. With proper practices, you can protect the critical data going through your and your work's network. Confidentiality. It allows authorized personnel to access data or secure spaces, but prevents unauthorized personnel from accessing the data or spaces. Simple practices, as in not talking about sensitive information outside of your workplace, not leaving PI around, or not leaving your CAC, can prevent unauthorized people to get into your information and into secure spaces. A lot of people don't think this is a big deal, but say you have some spy or any person, insider, anything like that, that's sitting at a cafe outside your work, and then you and your buddy go out to have lunch and you start talking about work. They can get information, and you never know what they can do with that information. Encryption and access control can prevent unauthorized personnel from accessing your data and into your secure spaces. So encryption. Encryption is basically scrambling data to make it unreadable to unauthorized personnel. Almost like basically a jigsaw puzzle. So someone would use encryption to scramble data to make it unreadable for unauthorized person, and then when it gets to the correct personnel, it will be decrypted so the person can read the data. You should use encryption for a bunch of things, important information, secret, top secret information, but also with your personal stuff like PII, social security number, medical record, age, a bunch of stuff that can just identify you basically. You're going to want to encrypt this. So we use Microsoft Outlook at work. So here's an example. You're going to go to the options tab when you click new email, and then you're just going to tap encrypt. It should be highlighted on here. I've had issues where I can't encrypt to a Gmail account, so I am currently trying to figure that out now. Access controls. Access controls help protect confidentiality by restricting access. So system administrators gives users privileges by need to know and if they need to make changes for work. My example is that I can't access the admin folder in my department because I don't need to know other people's information. My boss, though, needs to know the information, such as what they got on their PRT or any evals, anything like that. But it's not my business. I don't need to know that. Another example could be I can't access command prompt. So I'm guessing the network administrators can only make those configuration changes or like view anything like that, the IP, MAC, stuff like that. So identification, authorization, and authentication combined provide access controls and help ensure that only authorized personnel can access data or spaces. So I try to make this to a personal thing, like going to the website, and then also physical security as well. So identification, so that'll just be a website username or your actual badge to get into the compound. Authentication would be the password on the website, and the PIN would be once you scan your badge and you type in your PIN. And then authorization is either access granted to the website or into the space. Integrity. Integrity provides assurance that data has not changed. So tamper checks are one way to ensure integrity. This can be like, a seal or tape on a box, and then if someone opens up that box, it will break, or the tape will break, and it proves to you that someone got into the box. Another thing could be hash techniques such as SHA, MD5, and HMAC. So I have an example over here that I'm going to pull over. Let's see if it'll go. So for example, imagine Homer is sending a message to Marge. They both want assurance that the message retained integrity. Homer's message is the price is $19.99. He creates a hash of this message. So it's going to be 123. So then he sends both the message and the hash to Marge. So Marge is going to get the price is $19.99 and 123. So essentially, say I go in to change this to the price is $21.99. This hash is going to change. It'll be another number. It'll be, say, 152. That's going to change. So that tells you that I got into their data. But if it stayed the same, say it was 123 in 1999, then the file has integrity. Using digital signatures provide non-repudiation. That assures that someone cannot deny the validity of something. So this can be signing a contract. It's for legal reasons, but also it can be like a digital signature onto a leaflet, anything like that. Just saying that you put this information, and then you sign it saying, it is you that did it. The last part of the triangle, availability. Availability indicates that data and services are available whenever or when it's needed. AWS is known for this. So some organizations need services 24/7 for 365 days. I put a week for some reason, but out of the year, while others need services only throughout the week during work hours. So obviously the 24/7 organizations are going to need a lot more resources, redundancy, stuff like that. Redundancy and fault tolerance allows for services to be available when needed. Examples can be disk redundancy, RAID 1, 5, 10, etc. Doing your backups. Load balancing, so that one of whatever it is, say one server, one amplifier isn't doing all the work. It's going to be all balanced out between the equipment. And then site redundancy, so say let's say Largo, for example, say the SATCOM site goes down. We have redundant sites that we could give services to, or have them provide the services for us since we are down. And there's a lot more for the redundancy and fault tolerance. So the bigger picture in all of this, so information assurance and security is a team effort. I think that needs to be known for sure. If only 2 or 3 people in your shop are practicing this, unauthorized people could get critical information from others, even personal data. Say your friend leaves a wallet there, you can get his credit card. That's his PII, so we should all be practicing that. I know it's hard sometimes, but we should really focus on this. Unauthorized personnel can get critical information from you or your organization that can jeopardize you, the mission, or programs if you and your organization are not vigilant and not using security practices. So I just touched up on that, but you might also not think you're a part of a mission, or think you're important, but you never know what the unauthorized people are looking for, and surprisingly, a lot of us have important things need to know for the organization or outside of the organization. The CIA triangle is a great technique to follow to protect your and your organization's data. That's also physical security as well. That should be added to there. I've taken college classes, certs, been in the Navy for 3 years, and the CI triangle is brought up all the time. And then lastly, make sure you report any incidents to your IA team or security team. Depending on what it falls under, you probably should just do both. They will be doing the proper procedures and handling it depending on the situation. Don't hide anything. If you do get compromised, these people need to know to help you and also to help the organization out as well. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Hopefully next week I will have a different lesson on here on information assurance or information security. I'm going to be trying to do this once a week to help out you and also the organization as well. Thank you guys so much.